I am on this journey towards obtaining my Master of Arts in Education to enhance my academic knowledge within my career choice. A Master of Arts would justify my competence in pursuit of the knowledge necessary to arm our youth with the best and current practices in literacy today. Although I have had several academically successful years with my students, I cannot help but wonder if I have impacted their future lifelong learning. This great responsibility was evident on my first day of teaching and continues on every day I step into my classroom. Upon reflecting on the views in each of the themes presented in this course of Principles of Interdisciplinary Learning and Teaching, it seems a new venture has revealed its path. I feel guilty of not thinking critically about education as an entity in itself. It is inspiring to review the avenues where education has taken us throughout history and to review the twists and turns of exploration into its factors. It is an evolutionary career when there is a passion for it, and my passion is evident through the commitment to continue my education for the benefit of the student learner. Through this current education, I find myself questioning best practices I understood in my primitive career as an educator. How much of this new knowledge is inherent and practical for educators, and how much of this knowledge must be formally introduced to teachers to ensure accurate delivery to students? It must be a personal pursuit. Coming from a family of educators, I vowed not to follow the herd and rejected pursuing education as a career. Adulthood has provided me with the ability to reflect on my career choices, and it turns out I was always in the field of education in some manner. From a transitional life educator to a teenage parent educator, I have always truly been a teacher. My positions required me to teach actions that would lead to a fulfilling and successful life. The settings were different, but the objective was to teach. Inquiry is a lifelong skill that must be a clear and concise objective in classrooms. As a teacher, I have the power to make this a realization in my classroom. Using the world around us and the students on our roster as a canvas, educators must reveal the treasures provided to us and make clear to students that no matter where they are from, nor have or haven't experienced, they have worth. They own a starting line in the pursuit of education. The knowledge of this starting line is sometimes a part of the inclusion of motivation with our students. It is an open door to move past the starting line and move forward in life as the critical thinker. I have always expressed to parents and students that they do not have to be the most popular to succeed. The only necessity is ambition. A classroom of interdisciplinary learning is the ideal environment to nurture our youth for success in today's college readiness world. I want to have fluid content matter delivery in my lessons. I would even consider a substitution for the actual term lesson. Consider a new name, Discovery Discussions. I would use student-guided discovery and student-led discussion where it is applicable to include personal and inquisitive contributions to assignments. I envision an environment without the constraints of a time-blocked content. Limited activity could be replaced with a comfortable environment where problem-solving occurs first through conversations, then application. No bias of capabilities will be seen in my classroom. All learners will be active participants with differentiated instruction where the division is invisible to students as well as observers. With an evident gap in achievement, educators need to fight for the rights of our youth and faithfully practice a teaching environment where students learn globally and holistically at the same time. Teachers must play an active role in this venture. If concentration on closing the achievement gap is occurring in our universities that are training our new educators, the transition will come with ease where interdisciplinary instruction is absent. Educators need to take it upon themselves to analyze today's education in order to be well prepared to deliver quality lessons to our students. A truly college and career readiness environment can be evident in my classroom in the upcoming school year through inquiry-based lessons and real interdisciplinary instruction. I imagine inviting more thought-provoking topics and providing increased opportunities for conversations. When considering the theories that surround education, my mind wanders through my many classrooms over the years. How considerate was I to a learning theory? Did I faithfully implement best practices with my comprehension of knowledge and learning? To know and to learn can take on different perspectives. However, there are occurrences that are remarkably evident every day in classrooms. I recall the non-reader who can now read, and the mute student who explains her every action now. Those inspiring experiences make theories real. I can attribute the validity of cooperative learning, social stories, and scaffolded approaches in lessons to our theorists as experiences of those teaching styles seep into mind during the exploration of the development of knowledge and learning. Having been a contributing teacher in diverse settings in education, my decision to pursue this profession is ever so inspiring. I am full of pride to be able to experience children learning and attaining knowledge. Learners. How can we categorize our learners? Over the past 15 years, I can attest to the diverse and evolving student population in an elementary classroom. However, though the interests and backgrounds are fluid, they are still individuals on the journey of education. As an educator of tomorrow's leaders, it is pertinent to keep informed and driven to embrace learners as they are presented to us. It is necessary to view our students as individuals looking to us to provide them with the wealth of knowledge that will be their guide throughout the rest of their lives. With every new theme that is introduced in this course, there is a drive to make a new path for it in my career. I'm very eager to share this wealth of knowledge with colleagues and even more excited to find what works for my students. I've always practiced an open door policy in my classroom and will continue to do so to ensure an inviting environment of a community of learners. It is with a sense of peace that I can deliver to students and teachers the message that there are so many avenues to venture on in education. Additionally, in education, where there is a will, there is truly a way. Education is a freedom and literacy not far from reach. In the diverse world of education, a student needs not follow a beaten path, but inquire and explore their own path. It will be an organization of thoughts, theories, and practices that will prove my readiness for delivery of lessons. I envision a pursuit into the classroom where students are learning and revealing their potential. I, in turn, reference what I have learned and analyze what they need to be successful. Student knowledge and inquiry will play an even more intricate part in my daily practice. I plan to continue the readings on the history of education. I feel prepared when I realize how this whole thing got started and the avenues research took to fully reveal education and its foundation. The decisions in education and entities that yield the rights to modify education can only enhance what we know as literacy today. I do not foresee a kickback, as we have only shown progress in our educational system.